Oh, it says I'm live. Hi. There's 7 people on it. It's Miss Soto. Hello. Love that. It's actually working. That's what's exciting part about it. All right, I'm trying to make sure we got this. Okay. No, I'm really trying. Hold on. That might be too close. That looks pretty darn good, actually. Am I all up in your way? We can move chairs and adjust accordingly. Anybody looking at it right now? Does it look good? You know. I really like it like that, but is that all like in everybody's way?
It's good.
It's just, I think it's supposed to sit on the X. It's so perfect. Go look at it from the. You won't.
I have it on.
It's still looking good.
Yeah.
Because the X is here.
Karen, you say where you are. It's a delay.
That's all right. Everybody likes listening to you. Should I come back?
Come back. So cute.
Also, hi OCD. I'm also OCD.
Yeah.
I think because you're on the phone, like in this screen, there's a lot more of the image.
I think it looks great.
It's good now. You're good.
I think it's perfect.
Yep, no, it's good.
And I feel awesome because normally we have Miss Hancock do this, and she's out today. And when Miss Mackowiak said, "I need someone to do the live stream," I was like, "Gosh."
He's working though. I'm like, he's looking at me like, wait a minute.
Do that?
Right.
I never feel like I'm working when I'm here. Some people are like, "Oh, I gotta go into the office today." And I'm like, I need to go in. As mine get older, I'm just thankful for all of you.
Yeah, it's really good. Apparently they're gonna do something in the classroom, so.
Thank you all for your donation.
Did you recite a poem today? You got so much to process, right? Yeah. I get you to those best practices, right? Hello. But there's always new things that are coming, right? Yeah, that's right. We know you know, but you get it. Yeah. Pretty good.
I see our stars, everyone. It's only one class though. I think they could fit right here. I think so. No, it was really good. See, we were very optimistic. Look how many chairs we have out here.
Give me a sweat. Give me a sweat.
No. Yeah, I'm right here. In a line. You need to sit back there, Mom. Come on, come on, come on. Sit, sit, sit. Yes, we are standing right now. Okay. Now, there is a red X right here, okay? When I pull your name randomly out of the cup, you'll just stand up, you'll come up, I will introduce you, and then you can start your phone. When you finish, we will all, right? Not with our mouths, no yays or anything, just clap with our hands. And then they can go sit down. Okay, parents, we're doing this randomly so that nobody has to sit there with like anxiety thinking, next, and not listening to their classmates. So it's just gonna be a little random. All right? No more questions. I answered them all in the classroom. Go use the bathroom, you better hurry up because I don't wanna call your name.
I see my mom.
All right, here we go. So, up here. Introducing Ms. Mackowiak's homeroom class, reciting poetry about mathematics. And our first person is going to be Emma.
Oh.
Emma, what were you reciting today?
Before I was a gazer.
Before, wait a minute. Before what?
Before I was a gazer.
All right, hold on, let me get your phone so that I got it. All right, Emma, go ahead.
I was a boy, and my homework was missing. Paper with numbers on it, stacked and lined. I was sitting on a piece of paper, part of this plus that, and then multiply. Not knowing if I had left it on the table after showing my number, or on the shelf after calling my hair, but it was somewhere, and I was going to find it. I gave it to my teacher, make her happy, make her say my name to the whole class before everything got subtracted in the middle. Even my uncle, even my teacher, even the best math student, and his baby sister who couldn't talk. And now I would do anything for a problem I could solve.
Very nice. Okay, and remember, we're stating the title and the author. When we get up there, and just give me a moment to find your tone. All right? And if the author is unknown, we just say author unknown. Mia.
Big voice.
Before I was a gazing by Naomi, she had 9.
Yep.
I was a boy and my homework was missing. Paper with numbers on it, stacked in line. I was looking for my piece of paper, proud of this plus that, then multiply. Not remembering if I had left it on the table after showing to my uncle or on the shelf after combing my hair. But it was still somewhere. I was going to find it and turn it in to make my teacher happy. Make her say my name to the whole class. before everything got subtracted. In a minute, even my uncle, even my teacher, even the best math student or his baby sister that couldn't even talk yet, and now I would do anything for a problem I can solve.
That was what most people say. Next person, Evelyn. Evelyn, what were you saying today?
Mortifying mistake.
A horrifying mistake? Mortifying mistake, sorry. Give me a moment. Got it.
This
State the title and the author.
my poem is a mortifying mistake. The author is Anne Maria Pratt. I studied my tables over and over and backwards and forwards too, but I couldn't remember the answer to 6 times 9, and I didn't know what to do. Till sister told me to play with my doll and not to bother my head. And for if you call her 54 for a while, you'll learn it by heart, she said. So I took my favorite Mary Ann, who I thought 'twas a dreadful shame to give such a perfectly lovely child such a perfectly horrid name. And I called her Mary Lil 54 100 times till I knew the answer to 6 times 9, as well as the answer of 2 times 2. Next day, Elizabeth Wigglesworth, who always acts so proud, said 6 times 9 is 52, and I nearly laughed aloud. But I wished I hadn't when teacher said, now Dorothy, tell if you can. For I thought of my dog as I so hard, I answered Mary Ann.
Very nice. Yep. Use your big voices because like I said, there's no microphone for us. Very nice. Next person, Ari. Give me one moment.
Arithmetic.
Wait a minute, give me one moment. One moment.
Use your big voice too, Harvey, okay?
And you said yours is arithmetic?
Yes.
All right, one moment. I got it. All right, Ari, thank you.
Arithmetic by Lemuel Horton. 6 times 6 is 36, and arithmetic doubles your troubles. 5 times 5 is 25, and your head is addled with bubbles. You add and you multiply,
You add and subtract.
you add and subtract, and you multiply, and again the answer is wrong. You subtract,
Take another.
you take another whack, and again subtract, and again the answer is wrong. And again, things don't belong.
Right. 11 times
11 times
4.
4 is 44.
Yes, you better.
Yes, you'd better add for a change. You divide, and
Add.
you add,
Divide.
you multiply, and you decide to make an exchange.
Yes. The clock.
The clock strikes 10. That's the hour when you've got to go to bed. And you know
Your problems.
your problems haven't been solved, and it won't be fun to see your teacher turn all red.
Tumble
You tumble
into bed.
into bed,
And you dream
and you dream
all
all
night.
night,
And the next morning,
and then next morning
you're up.
you're up,
You're a wreck.
you're a wreck. But when you're learning arithmetic, those are the things you've got to expect.
can do it.
All right, Madison. Nice clear voice.
My poem is odd even by unknown. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Being even is just great. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Being odd is just fine. 0, the hero goes to school. 0, the hero knows a rule. 0, the hero stays in the space, so all the other numbers stay in their place. 0, the hero goes to school. 0, the hero, he's no fool. 0, the hero stays in the space, so all the other numbers stay in their place.
Our next person is Emery. Emery, what's your poem? Perimeter Call? All right, hold on. Got it.
Perimeter Paul was out to play in his backyard one Friday at night. Out in the back and under a tree, Paul found a green bottle and 2 more that's 3. 3 bottles filled up with special sweet stuff. Paul drank all 3. 3 wasn't enough. The decision Paul made wasn't so sound. You shouldn't drink things you find on the ground. Paul got real tired and slept for an hour. He couldn't have known the sweet stuff strange power. The drink he drank,
Yes. Sweet stuff, strange power, yes, something.
yes, something happened. Paul got real tired and slept for an hour. He couldn't have known the sweet stuff strange power.
Paul's body was?
Paul's body was changing. As Paul dreamed and dozed, Paul's body was changing from his head to his toe. The drink Paul had drank,
Drinking that liquid.
drinking that liquid hadn't been wise. When Paul got up, what had changed was his size. Paul hopped to his house, tried the front door. Paul couldn't squeeze in. Nope, not anymore.
Paul circled.
Paul circled the outside around his whole home. His house must have shrunk, or maybe he'd grown.
I got you. His house must?
His house must have shrunk, or maybe he'd grown. Around and around,
No way.
around and around, no way to get in.
Stuck on the outside.
Stuck on the outside, no way to get in.
The drink Paul had drank.
The drink Paul had drank hadn't been wise.
All right, the drink Paul had drank, and this might not make sense.
And this might not make sense. Changed perimeter Paul into a fence. And from that day on, life was quite hard. Paul equaled the distance around his fence.
Very nice.
Good job, bud.
All right, Emery, I separated the second page. All right, next up, Joyce.
Big voice, Joy.
Yep, and Joyce, what is your poem?
The text tree,
I know.
The 10th Street.
and the author is unknown.
All right, hang on.
I hear that quiet voice. You gotta be loud. I want to hear every word.
You said the 10th Street? Right? All right, I'm confident you know it.
A sign is hanging on a tree. I read that sign from A to Z. The words are really sad to say and see. I'm sure my friends would all agree. A silly sign is what we'd say. What was written there that day? We must be 10 to climb this tree. You must be 10 to climb on me. You must be 10 to climb the pine. You must be 10 to reach the sky. I was only 9 years old and had no patience, truth be told. I couldn't wait a year to play. I had to climb this tree that day. I sat and thought a long, long time until a plan came to my mind. A plan was to use my little sis. With her I knew I couldn't miss. Sis was only 1 year old and small enough for me to hold. I knew my plan was good as gold. Together we were 10 years old. We showed that tree that we were 10 and climbed and played right there and then. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Mia.
Pizzazz for you. Right.
And Mia, what is your poem?
The triangle poem.
Okay, nice and loud.
Hold on.
Bring some pizzazz.
Right.
I want some pizzazz.
All right.
Body language.
Okay, ready.
My poem is the triangle poem, and the author is unknown. Triangle cried, triangle tears. It soaked her 3 sides, it wet her 3 ears. Triangle asked, why can't I be square? My sides are too slanted to grow my own hair. I shouldn't be bald, I want to grow hair. I prefer having fur like a brown baby bear.
Good job. Circle.
Circle rode by,
Shapes.
said shapes are known to grow their own hair, not on their own. You should feel great. Shapes are known to grow their own hair. Just ask the rectangle, oval, or square.
And to tell.
And to tell the whole truth, bald is quite cool. All shapes are bald. We learned that at school. You can be hairy but smooth and sweet too. Triangle smile.
However you are.
However you are,
It's
it's great to be you. You can be hairy but
triangle smiles.
triangle smile. You can be hairy but
Took a breath of.
took a breath of fresh air, and she realized that
It's great.
it's great to be bald or be hair or to have hair.
Yes. All right. Next person, David. What's your poem? David, what's your poem?
Pie poem.
Bring it. I want to see the personality. Bring it. David, I love it. Let's go.
A pie was discovered in ancient Greek time, didn't have apples, bananas, or limes. Unlike the pie, the desserts that people eat, pies with mass concept, but still really sweet. Pie is pretty easy, it's 3.14, it used to confuse you, but not anymore. Our usage for math is really quite swell, although it's irrational and works pretty well. Areas of circles, try pi or square, it's a constant, it is so you should. For some curve, circumference, unique formula, here it is, mister, you gotta use pi. Yeah, pi is pretty cool, without it I cry, but I failed my math when trying to describe. I'm done.
Good job. Next up, Stella. Stella, what's your poem?
A Mortifying Mistake by
All right.
Anne Maria Pratt.
All right, hang on. Yeah.
I studied my tables over and over and backward and forward too, but I couldn't remember 6 times 9 and I didn't know what to do. The sister told me to play with my doll and not to bump my head. I call her 54 for a while. You'll learn it by heart, she said. So I took my favorite Mary Ann, though I thought it was a dreadful shame. You have such a perfectly lovely child with a perfectly horrid name. And I called her my dear little 54 100 times till I knew the answer of 6 times 9 as well as the answer of 2 times 2. Next day, Elizabeth Wigglesworth, who always acts so proud, 6 times 9 is 52, and I nearly laughed out loud. But I wish I hadn't. The teacher said, now Dorothy, tell if you can. For I thought of my doll, and sakes alive, I answered Mary Ann.
Next up, Lucia.
Odd even.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The odd even.
Got it.
I'm doing the odd even poem, and the author is unknown. Okay. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Being even is just. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Being odd is just fine. Zero the hero came to school. Zero the hero knows a rule. Zero the hero stays in a space so the other numbers get to the right place. Zero the hero came to school. Zero the hero, he's no fool. Zero the hero keeps his place so all the other numbers get to their right place. Yeah.
And Nate, what's your poem?
Bernita's Band-Aids.
Say that again?
Bernita's Band-Aids. I forget the author.
Is that the one by Shel Silverstein?
No, the other one has something.
Okay. This is Bernita's
And sometimes you guys get up there and you look at Miss Mackowiak the whole time. Your parents
I
looking
told
at
them they could look at me if they were too nervous.
Oh,
So if they were too nervous to look at somebody else,
I just
would
feel
need
weird.
comfort.
but nobody's really here. It's fun.
Okay, go ahead. Nate, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna grab my computer.
The only part it's just I forget the first paragraph.
That's okay, hang on.
The second
Sorry.
Intermission. We should do a commercial for the fall festival.
Hi, families. If you're watching, don't forget, tomorrow we have the Fall Festival here at Glenarden Woods. We'll see you at 3 o'clock. If you haven't purchased your ticket for your child, it's $12 and you can pay at the door. Thank you so very much.
See, I Okay.
Intermission.
Now back to regularly scheduled.
3 hours later. Okay. I knew you would.
Yeah, we'll have somebody else go because it's not connected. Alright, so Barbara, why don't we have you go?
All right, Barbara, you got that big ass. Let's go, girl. You can do this.
Alright, and Barbara,
Bring
what
it.
are you reciting?
My dog multiplication, but the author's unknown. Well, I'm not sure who did it. Late last year during winter vacation, Dad got us our dog multiplication. Now multiplication is a good dog, but often brings trouble. Like the day I woke up and noticed he doubled. 2 dogs were there, double the fun. I had a big grin that was 2 dogs times 1. Now 2 dogs are cool, but what about more? The next day I woke up and saw there were 4. 4 dogs were a lot, but the fun was still great. Until the next morning when I saw there were 8. 8 dogs for walking is one of my fears. That's 32 legs and 16 dog years. Now I know that 8 is a small complication compared to 16 times my dog multiplication. That's 64 paws, 60 long tails, 32 eyes, and 256 toenails. Having so many dogs has been a wild, fun ride, but it's time for multiplication to learn to divide.
Next, we have Gabrielle.
Nice and loud.
And what poem is yours?
Triangle poem.
Triangle poem.
The author is unknown.
Hold on, let me grab it. I got it.
Do I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Triangle fried, triangular tears. They soaked her 3 sides, and they wet her 3 years. Triangle asked, why can't I be square? My sides are too slanted to grow my own hair. I shouldn't be bald. I want to grow hair. I prefer having fur, like a brown baby bear. Circle rolls by, since shapes are known to grow their own hair. Not on their own, you should feel great. No shapes can grow hair. Just ask the rectangle, oval, or square. And to tell the whole truth, bald is quite cool. All shapes are bald. We learned that at school. You can be hairy, but smooth as sweet too. However you are, it's great to be you. The triangle smiled, took a breath of fresh air when she realized it's great to be bald or have hair.
You read it with passion. I can see it. I know. It's awesome. I love it. All right, Magnolia.
Perimeter Paul.
Oh, you come correct. I know.
Perimeter Paul, author unknown.
Perimeter Paul turns out to play in his backyard one Friday night. Out in the back and under a tree, he found a green bottle and 2 more. That's 3. 3 bottles filled up with a special sweet stuff. Paul goes with all 3. 3 wasn't enough. The decision Paul made wasn't so sound. You shouldn't drink things you find on the ground. Paul got real tired and slept for an hour. He couldn't have known the sweet stuff's strange power. Yes, something strange happened as Paul dreamed the jizz. His body was changed from his head to his toes. The drink Paul had drank, drinking that liquid hadn't been wise. When he woke up, what changed was his size. He hopped to his ass, tried the front door. He couldn't fit in. Nope, not anymore. He circled the outside around his whole head. His house must have shrunk, or maybe he'd grown. Around and around, no way to get in. Stuck on the outside, quite long and real thin. The drink Paul had drank, this might not make sense. Changed Perimeter Paul into a fence. And from that day on, life was real hard. Equaled the distance around his backyard.
I knew you figured that out. This is how I look at it.
All right. Next person, Kate. And ma'am, your poem is?
You gotta use a big voice,
Yeah, I
okay?
didn't hear that.
Because we want to
So
hear
say
it.
again.
Math all about me
All
and
right,
the authors and
let me get to it. Got it.
numbers all around, everywhere they can be found. Numbers tell how old I am and how many people in my camp. Numbers tell how much I weigh and just how tall, where I live, and that's not all. Numbers are a part of you, money, time, and history. When to wake up and when to eat. What size shoes to buy for my feet. How much money something costs. A number to call if my dog gets lost. I don't know where I'd be if numbers weren't a part of me.
Okay. Next person, Elise K.
Smart.
And Elise, what poem are you saying today?
I'm very smart.
You're right.
It's just smart, but I am very smart.
Okay.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
My dad gave me $1 bill because I'm his smartest son. I traded it for 2 quarters because 2 is more than 1. Then I took my quarters and traded them to Lou. For 3 dimes, I guess you don't know. 3 is more than 2. Just then along came old blind Bates, and just because he can't see, he gave me 4 nickels for my 3 dimes, and 4 is more than 3. Then I went to Hiram Coombs down at the seed feed store. He gave me 5 pennies for them, and 5 is more than 4. Then I took them to my dad. He went red in the cheeks, closed his eyes, and shook his head, too proud of me to speak.
Okay. Next up, we have Phoebe. No, let's use our manners, please. Phoebe, what poem were you saying today?
A Mass Poem by Andrew N.
Hold on.
Is it a decimal or is it a fraction? Should I divide or use subtraction? Can anyone tell me what's the shape? Do we use a ruler or maybe a tape? 100 centimeters make 1 meter. How many milliliters to a liter? Push the buttons on a calculator. Teacher shouts, use your brains. You'll need them later. 3 times 6, find the factor, but not using a protractor.
Very nice. And next we have. Give me one more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
My poem is the Triangle Poem, Hawthorne. Triangle cried, triangle in tears. They soaked her 3 sides. They wet for 3 years. Triangle asked, why can't I be square? My sides are too slanted to grow my own hair. I shouldn't be bald. I want to grow hair, not fur, like a brown baby bear. Circle will God. Some shapes aren't known to grow down here. Not on their own. You should feel great. No shapes can compare. Just ask the rectangle, oval, or square. To tell the whole truth, bald is quite cool. Most are bald. You learn that it's cool. You can be hairy, but smooth is sweet too. However you are, it's great to be you.
Next, thank you. Next, we have Elise.
Okay, so I have the poem Arithmetic, written by Lenore Hendrick. 6 times 6 is 36, and arithmetic doubles and triples. 5 times 5 is 25, and your head is so out of place. You add and subtract and multiply, and you find the answers wrong. Take to the rack and again subtract, and again the answer wrong. 11 times 4 is 44, I guess you could add or change. You add and divide, and you decide what exchange. The clock strikes 10, it's the hour line. To go to bed. Your problems aren't done, and it won't be fun to see the teacher turn on red. You tumble into bed and you dream all night, and the next morning you're all wreck. Looking around arithmetic, there's some things you've got to expect.
All right, and next up, we have Isabel. What were you doing?
I'm at 4.
All right, hold on.
I met a 4, authored unknown. I met a 4 when I was 3, and all of the things it did to me. Counting numbers 1, 2, 3. When 4 brought in 5, all my counting fingers came alive. 6, 7, reaching for 6, 7. That's reaching for the other hand. 6, 7, 8. Dance with 9 to celebrate. A quantum leap to 10. Shut up. Let's do it again. Still my hands were mathematically spinning, reaching for reward within a minute.
Nice. And next we have Aiden. What's your mom?
Smart. My dad had me $1 bill because I'm his smartest son. I swapped them for 2 shiny quarters because 2 is more than 1. I took the 2 shiny quarters and traded them with Lou. And then he gave me 3 dimes for the 2 shiny quarters. I guess you don't know that 3 is more than 2. Then came along blind Bates, and just because he can't see, he gave me 4 nickels for the 3 dimes, because 4 is more than 3. Then I went to Yarn Cones at the seed feed store, and he traded me 5 pennies for the 4 nickels, because 5 is more than 4. Then I showed my dad, and he got red in his cheeks. He closed his eyes and shook his head, too proud of me to speak.
Next we have Maya.
Can I start?
Just give me 1 second, I'll make sure I have the phone. Yeah. Go ahead.
Perimeter Paul by author unknown. Perimeter Paul pranced out to play in his backyard on Friday in May. Out in the back and under a tree, Paul found a green bottle, then 2 more, that's 3. 3 bottles filled up, a special sweet stuff. Paul guzzled all 3. 3 wasn't enough. The decision Paul made wasn't so sound. You shouldn't drink things you find on the ground. Then Paul got real tired and slept for an hour. He couldn't have known the sweet stuff's strange power. Yet something strange happened as Paul dreamed and dozed. His body was changing from his head to his toes. Drinking that liquid hadn't been wise. When Paul got up, what had changed was his size. Paul hopped to his house, tried the front door. Paul couldn't squeeze in. Nope, not anymore. Paul circled the outside around his whole home. His house must have shrunk, or maybe he'd grown. Around and around, no way to get in. Stuck on the outside, quite long and real thin. The drink Paul had drank, and this might not make sense, changed Perimeter Paul into a fence. From that day on, life was real hard. Paul equaled the distance around his backyard.
Next we have Carson.
Multiplication. Author. Late last year, Joe went to vacation. Dad got us a dog. Multiplication. Now, multiplication is a good time for authors in trouble. Like the day I woke up and noticed he doubled. 2 dogs were there, double the fun. I had a big girl that was $2 times 1. 2 dogs were cool, but what about more? The next morning I woke up and saw there were 4. 4 dogs were a lot, but the fun was still great. Until the next morning I saw there were 8. 8 dogs for walking was one of my fears. That's 32 legs and 16 dog ears. but I soon saw that 8 was a small complication compared to 16 times my dog multiplication. That's 64 paws, 61 tails, 32 eyes, and 256 toes. Having so many dogs has been a wild fun ride, but it's time multiplication reaches to 5.
Very nice. All right. Next. Jacob. Thank you, Mom.
The 10th tree. Also,
Got it.
can I start?
Yes, sir.
There was a sign was hanging on a tree. I read that sign from A to Z. The words are really sad to see. I'm sure my friends would all agree. A silly sign is what we say. What was written there that day? There must be 10 to climb this tree. There must be 10 to climb on me. There must be 10 to climb up high. There must be 10 to reach the sky. I was only 9 years old. Had no patience, should be told. I couldn't wait a year to play. I had to climb this tree that day. I sat and thought a long, long time until a plan came to my mind. I planned to leave my little sis. With her, I knew I could miss. Sis was only 1 year old, but small enough for me to hold. Together, I knew my plan was good as gold. Together, we were 10 years old. We showed that tree that we were 10 and sat right there and played and sat and played right there and then.
All right.
Yeah.
Next we have Zaya. One second. Math about me? Go ahead.
Numbers all around, everywhere they can be found. Numbers tell how old I am and how many people in my family. Where I live and just how tall. I mean how much I weigh and just how tall. Where I live and that's not all. Numbers are a part of me, money, time, and history. When to wake up and when to eat, what size shoes to buy for my feet. How much money something costs, a number to call if my dog gets lost. I don't know what I would be if numbers weren't a part of me.
Alexis?
I have to solve a story problem.
All right, give me one moment. To solve the story problem?
Should I explain?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone's on.
My problem is to solve the story problem. To solve the story problem, I read it a time or two. I think about the action. I think about what to do. I analyze the problem. I know that's very wise. I act it out if needed. I try to visualize. Sometimes I draw a picture to show it part by part. Understanding the problem is where I need to start.
Make the great.
Oh, Nate, back again, yes.
Back again.
Take the break, you want this.
All right, make the great. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, go, go.
Nate, what was it called again?
Pretty easy. 5 seconds.
Make the great movie excellent. Let me just got on 9-5. It's a lot, but it's good.
She showed it on like the big screen.
Are you confident, Nate? You got this?
I don't know.
Do you have a copy of it in the room?
Yeah.
Go grab it.
Intermission. Okay, what can I tell everybody?
The fall festival.
3
Hours later.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break real quick for the 10 viewers that are 11 viewers that are watching. Someone's going to get a poem. But don't forget, next week on Halloween, we're going to have our vocabulary parade. So please make sure that your child has chosen their word and they come with it on a piece of paper, and they're going to have the sentence in use, the definition, and we're going to have some fun on Halloween dressing for our vocabulary parade. Looking forward to that. Hope you'll join us. All right. And he's almost back with his poem.
3 hours later.
Okay.
Nina's band.
Nina had a finger on her elbow. Her ankle sees and forehead against her shoulder. Another two on her ears and 10 on her toes. She had each one on her fingers and a big one on her nose. Her band-aids were the coolest her friends had ever seen. Some had rubber spots and some were neon green. A bunch were lit up with lightning bolts, and some were crescent moons. Some had superheroes from Saturday. There was one little cat. Bernina was now in trouble because there was one little catch. She'd used up all her band-aids, but she didn't have a scratch.
Manuela
And Mac. And Celia.
Okay, Manuela.
Karen is the best at it.
All right, Emmanuel.
My mother's friend off the island. When Daddy asked to marry Mom, she asked him for a ring. Daddy rushed off to the mall to buy some blue pepper. When Mommy opened up the box, and much to her surprise, she found a ring that was a square and tears came to her eyes. Nobody wants a square ring, but square rings can be special. My dad explained with pride, a rhombus is a special shape and flip the ring to its side. A rhombus is a diamond too, at least it is, I think. I know it's a parallelogram, just like our kitchen sink. Mom was filled with so much joy, she laughed a silly laugh. I'll marry you this very day, you're so great at math.
Okay, Celia.
Before I was a goblin, but Naomi, she had 9. I was a boy and my homework was missing. Papers with numbers on it stacked in line. I was looking for my piece of paper, proud of this, plus that, then multiplied. Not remembering if I had left it on the table after showing my uncle, or on the shelf after combing my hair, but it was still somewhere, and I was going to find it, then turn it in and make my teacher happy. Make her say my name to the whole class before everything got subtracted. In a minute, even my uncle, even my teacher, even the best math student and his baby sister who couldn't talk it. And now I would do anything for a problem I could solve.
On mathematics.
The last one, you gotta bring it home.
Mathematics is full of fun with so much to learn. Profits are added while losses are subtracted, degrees are multiplied, and percentages divided. Geometry is full of mystery, algebra has a big history, integrals are as different as others, lines are parallel, angles are similar. Math is necessary in life and it is difficult to survive.
So, parents, thank you for coming. I know this is not exactly mathematical, but I wanted the students to have a little bit of fun, get a little practice standing up in front of people, saying something. Good job to everybody. Thank you for practicing and memorizing your poems. And let's go back to the class and have a little snack.
Bye, you two. Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it.
Often your mom was here. She had a run.
I hope you liked it. Down. Hi. So much commotion. Let me close it down. Let me shut it down. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I see I got some friends over here that are peeking in. All right. And that's it. Yeah, say hi. Hi, 11 parents. Hi, Dad.